Next trailer up. Give it to me. We're excited. Ooh, unknown.
Bob Dylan?
I think it is.
That might be what this is.
Is it Timothée Chalamet? I think so.
Yes, it is. Okay, I want to see this. This has been all the
That was
rage.
great. Just the hair alone, the Bob Dylan-esque shot at the beginning.
I want to tell you a little story. A few months back, my friend Woody Guthrie and I, we met a young man. He dropped in on us out of nowhere and he played us a song. In that moment, we got a feeling we were getting a glimpse of the future.
Oh, where have you been, my blue-eyed son? Oh, where have you been, my darling young one? I stumbled on the side of 12 misty mountains. I walked and I crawled on 6 crooked highways. I stepped in the middle of 7 sad forests. I've been out in front of a dozen dead oceans. I've been 10,000 miles in the mouth of a graveyard. And it's a hard, oh it's a hard, it's a hard, it's a hard rain gonna fall. That's how I got so far.
Good start.
He's going to win the Oscar.
He'll get a nom for sure.
You
For
know,
sure.
you know when an actor starts doing a biopic of an actual person that was alive. Like that was an intense, super long, super drawn out movie, and it's being submitted to all the awards, Golden Globes, Oscars, all of that. Like that is Timothée Chalamet's, presentation to the Hollywood industry. Like I can act.
No,
Absolutely. Daddy Timmy's going for his Oscar. 100%.
And let's talk about Mangold. Like, what a fabulous, incredible director he is. He's and his sort of repertoire and his history of work is so varied, right? It's so from Copland to 310 to Yuma to Walk the Line to Girl Interrupted. He's just, that guy's a master.
And he's one of the only people, though, that could get away with a trailer that long. Because that's what we keep finding out, cutting all this stuff. It's like, can we have a 20-second version? We're like, of the movie? I mean, So, yeah, I was like, oh, I'd love to be able to make a trailer like this, open it up, the way he did. One of my big regrets about, what was it called, Elvis, is that they didn't reveal Elvis as Elvis until so long into the movie. I mean, it was only about 8 minutes or something, but it was so long into the movie. And then the reveal was so meh that I was like, you're going to make me wait that long on his back and all of that, knowing what I'm supposed to get. And then your reveal is just going to be that. So I did like that they gave this time to breathe and then came right along to make sure that even the not so bright people knew what we were talking about here.
Well, I don't, to any filmmakers out there, I don't even know if people do them anymore because I lived off commentaries, right? I learned so much. That was like a film school at home for me. I guess I don't think they do them as much, but in the digital world. But I remember this trick I learned from James Mangold. He did it in 310 to Yuma, and I've done it. I've stolen it for a number of movies. I guess that's what we
wrote. Inspired by.
Nah, beg, borrow, and steal, baby. Nothing's original.
Oh yeah.
Paid homage to.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. I mean, look, I paid homage to. So he had this shot on Russell Crowe where his head is down and he's doing this whole monologue and you're pushing in, and there's so much power because you can't see his face. And then when he looks up, you're like, bam. Like, it's so powerful. It's such a great device. And I've done it. I did it in a TV movie I just directed. It's not the stuff that like Lifetime or Hallmark is gonna like, because they need that head in a box. They need to have, what we're doing right now. But man, as a filmmaker, it's just there's often power in what you aren't seeing.
Right. To a point, though, I'm not going to name names because I happen to think this person is a great artist, but there was a film recently that did an entire like breakup scene on the backs of the actors. And they were magnificent actors who can really tell the story from their back if they have to. But if I had those great, great, great actors, I'd earn my moment till I gave the audience theirs, because I do believe that you have to get the payoff, to have an entire divorce on people's backs. I felt cheated. And maybe that's what the person was trying to do in the scene, and they're just more clever than I am. But
no, I know we can sort of get self-indulgent and in love with ourselves too much. Directors can, and you've got to just tell the story. And there's no question. Like I always say, I like medium cowboy shots less. I think the world lives, and life lives in the big macro, the wides, and how we see us in our environments and see characters in their environments, or in the details, the micro, the bead of sweat, the nervous, leg moving. I just think that you have to get underneath it and sort of tell both of those stories. Because I think those are the shots that tell you the most about somebody.
Right. And in The Complete Unknown, I think that Timothée Chalamet, I mean, I've watched his other work, so I love Timothée Chalamet. I'm not a teeny bopper, but he could get it, right?
He's a good looking man.
But he is great at giving you those moments, those tiny little moments of, damn, like, what is that person thinking? What is that person going through? And it's just slight moments of physicality. And like you said, it's those moments that really, like, it literally pulls everything together and it makes it more interesting.
It's the blind stitch thing an actor does. Yeah. It's subtext. It's not the lines.
Right.
It's that stuff they're doing. They don't even know they're doing. You know what I mean? It's like, and it's
all that inner work. It's all that layering that you talked about. Building that stuff up and being able to let go.
Yeah, and in our movie, like Charlie, I mean, he said that's what I love about acting the most, is when I can just I get out of the scene when you yell cut, and he goes, I don't know what I've done.
As an actor, yes, I get it. Yeah, I was just in that moment. I was just so deep in that space that when you come back to real life, it's just like resurfacing after being underwater for a minute. Like
that's the drug.
Yeah, you're deep in there, and that's what I think that's what a lot of these Ana de Armas, when she was doing Marilyn, like you could tell that was such a labor of love and effort. And like it was a labor of effort for me to watch it on Netflix in one sitting. You know what I mean? But when actors go that deep into characters, especially if someone who's been alive, like a real person, and then still find a way to intermingle that with their way of expressing or bringing a person to life, or bringing
that must be hard
to life again. And still finding those moments, it's incredibly difficult, but then we enjoy it so much when they hit that sweet spot and they're them, but they're the other person too. And we believe what they brought to the screen about that person's life is real.
You're right, though. They have to make it, Fincher said it once, they have to ingest it and then put it and make it organic to them. It's like they eat it and then it sort of comes through their pores. And what in their
35
own humanity.
takes later.
Yeah.
for David Fincher,
And
anyway.
professor once that said it's the writing or the research married with the artist, and that gives birth to the character.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's smart.
that's it. That's definitely it. All right,
Well, I want to see that movie.
I do. I definitely want to see that movie.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
go see that.
I'm going to see it. Like I watched the Aretha Franklin one. These movies are my bread and butter for acting. Like this is how I get free action training. You know what I mean? I just watch these actors do it.